Okay, so I've made the journey up the A31, I think it is, from where the game was last night, to visit the youth team, who are on tour at the same time as the first team. One little point before we go any further, Bonds, just to make clear to everybody, I did refill today, my car, and I selected a petrol station with an attendant, and he very successfully filled my tank up with diesel, so no more dramas.
Good news.
Bonds, where are we?
We are in Gronau in Germany, right on the border with Holland, in the Dinkler Prinz Hotel.
Very nice it is as well.
Very nice. We've got the whole place to ourselves as well, which is
pretty chilled out.
Very chilled out. Right in amongst a farm, we've got donkeys, horses, chickens, goats, and deers surrounding us. So it's quite nice.
Very good.
Quite nice.
And the lads are communicating well with them.
Very well with the goats. Yeah. No, it's been good.
So how long have you been here? How long you've been here, what you've been doing, and how's it gone?
We came out the same day as the first team, so we came Sunday. We actually stayed in Arnhem in Belgium on Sunday night, watched the Champions League final, and then drove off early Monday morning to train in Holland. Then came to this place in the afternoon, and we've trained Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We had a little bit of a walk-through session this morning, and then we're playing this evening at 8 o'clock. Against a team called Rijkersbleek, which is 20 minutes from here in the Dutch town of Enschede.
Very good. You've been working on it.
I've tried hard. Pronunciation.
Not the Joey Barton imprint.
No, exactly. Or Steve McLaren.
Well, that's nearby.
Very near. We're actually going to FC20 tomorrow for a tour of the stadium before we come home.
It must be the only place, I shouldn't say this, but he must have some good press here, surely.
Yeah, he did well. He did well, obviously.
He did a good job
so
here.
I think he's a bit of a local hero.
So the scholars are here with a couple of under-16s, is that right?
Yeah, a couple of the under-16s. So we've got 17 as a group here. Obviously Harry's over with the first team in Eindhoven, so great week for him. But this has been brilliant for these boys. It's so interesting that we bring away a group of players that we've known for so long. The new first-year scholars, usually you talk about integrating the new group together, but the boys have been on 20, 30 tours before, so it's pretty easy really.
It's the big thing that I noticed when I come here today is like, we know all the faces, we know them so well, and it makes a massive difference, doesn't it? And the point needs to be made probably to people who don't understand that 10 years ago when we started the academy again, there's always that period of time before we can bring our own all the way through the system, and we've reached that moment this summer really. Yeah,
it does. It takes that little bit. It obviously takes that amount of time for that to happen. But you see the difference because we've spent a lot of time this week in the evenings having team meetings and discussing about the culture. But it's kind of what they know anyway. So we're trying to create our own little dynamic as a group, as a team. But it is pretty much been what's been embedded in them since they were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. So it shouldn't be too difficult to pick that up.
And you mentioned their team meetings. That's the biggest difference I can see between the two tours and having been on so many youth team tours. With the first team, they do the work. They do the work in the gym. They do the work on the training ground. And mostly after dinner, Sean will say, right, sit for breakfast in the morning. It's a little bit different with young players because you're trying to maybe get some real key messages into them.
Absolutely, and we try and make the week quite intense. So they've worked hard during the day, but we fill the time. Whether that's, we've done singing contests and table tennis tournaments and all that.
We might have to have an ultimate play-off when we get back between your best singer and David Gregory.
But as you say, the meetings are great because you can get some opinions, get some people talking, and really get some great discussion points going. We've had 2 really good meetings in this room over the last couple of nights, and I think the boys have been quite inspired by what's come out of it as well, so it's been good for us.
And this is an age group where we're still forming characters, aren't we?
Absolutely, and trying to get them to not just fit into what they think the pattern of the world is and just be like everybody else, be themselves within our framework. So we're trying to develop that so they don't just feel like they have to fit in, but they can actually have an opinion and speak for themselves and think for themselves. So we tried to do a little bit of that this week, and it's been interesting. It's not perfect yet, but we're developing it, and hopefully we'll get there.
Well, read a couple of articles in the last few days about the England team, and obviously it's the flavour of the month, isn't it, to talk about where they went wrong. But one of those things is, how you develop people off the pitch does reflect on what they do on the pitch, and we've always been really strong on that here, haven't we? And when we've got our players who have been here for such a long time, like you say, we can take that to another level almost. We hope so,
and we're going to spend as much time as we can doing that. I think they like it anyway. I think they like filling the time and having that sort of work of those social development there, personal development. I think it's really important, and they've bought into it really well this week.
And the staff are here. I see Pelly and
Bridgie and Dan and Chris They've been great. It's been great for us as a group of staff as well to spend that intense period of time together. We've had some really good discussions, and almost we create our own culture as a staff of how we are going to be and how we're going to be around each other. I think that's really helped as well throughout the week. So hopefully it's been really beneficial and will serve us well for the next year or two.
Fantastic. So looking forward to the game tonight, and we'll have a quick chat after and assess how we think we've done.
Yeah,
thanks, Mark.
No problem. Thank you.